to watch. So I want to thank you all sincerely for coming here today. My name is Dr. Noah Kaplan. I'm going to be talking to you about health, and more significantly, about how chiropractic can help you express health in your fullest capacity. I'm going to begin by telling you a story that I think illustrates the difference between chiropractic care and traditional medicine. A little under a year ago, I had an ant problem. And the ants were coming in from the corner of my bedroom and lining along the wall up under the head of my bed. And there wasn't any candy bar under my pillow or anything like that. I checked. So I knew it wasn't a food-related issue. So I was trying to figure out how to go about solving this problem. And the first thing I thought of was Raid. So I went and I got some Raid spray, and I sprayed it along the line of ants till they weren't moving, which is a crucial step. And I cleaned up the rest of the ants with a paper towel, and I went to bed. When I got up the next morning, guess what? The ants were back in the same exact place they were before. So I thought I'd try something different. I went to the hardware store, and I got a small container of spackle, and I used the spackle to plug the hole in the wall that the ants were coming into the room from. Made sure it was completely sealed, cleaned up the rest of the ants with the Raid, and went to bed. When I got up the next morning, the ants were back, although this time they were coming in from a different location in the wall. They had found a new way in. So wonderful, right? I'm frustrated, but I quickly realized that I'm taking the wrong approach. I'm treating the symptoms of the problem rather than treating the cause or the source of the problem. So I counsel my mother on this, as I tend to do with these types of life emergencies. And she recommends I get some ant sticks. So I get some ant sticks, and I place it along the line of ants. And when I get up the next morning, not only are the ants still there, but they had appeared to call their friends and families in as well. There's probably double the amount of ants. But I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried. I want to ask you a question. After you eat a meal, do you sit there at the table and commonly bark out instructions at your digestive organs as the food's traveling down the system? Okay, stomach, go ahead and churn and grind that food a little more. That's good. And I pass it over to the small intestine. Small intestine, I want you to extract the protein out of the meat. No, right? I don't think any of us do this. At least not out loud, I hope. I think we can all agree that there's some sort of intelligence in our bodies that directs these kinds of processes, that lies outside of our conscious awareness. And this is especially evident when it comes to healing. When we get a cut on our finger, what happens? Our body produces a scab to prevent any excess blood from leaving the body. The localized area becomes inflamed, which brings more blood carrying nutrients and healing cells, regenerates the tissue, and then after a few days, it's as good as new. And that's some pretty smart stuff going on there. But this doesn't happen as a result of a set of conscious instructions from us. And sure, the Band-Aid and the Neosporin help to heal the cut more efficiently. But the true healing, that comes from the inside. So what is this intelligence that innately directs all our bodily functions? And here's our answer. The nervous system is the communication network between the brain and the body. Messages travel from the brain down along the spinal cord and distribute out to every muscle, tissue, organ, and cell in your entire body, directing all function, including movement, heart rate, breathing, and healing. And then these messages, they also travel the opposite direction, right? So sensory input starting at different areas of your body, traveling up to the brain where that information is processed, such as when the brain is alerted to initiate healing after an injury. Unfortunately, throughout our lives, we will commonly suffer traumas that can create misalignments in our bodies. And these can be physical traumas, such as a fall or a car accident, or they could be chemical or emotional traumas, such as grief, posture, diet, or stress. Now, when you consider the relationship between the nervous system and the vertebrae of the spine, you can see how any misalignment in the structure can cause impingement to any of the millions of nerves traveling in this pathway, thus affecting the communication between the brain and the body. So if the nerves that serve your digestive organs are involved in this impingement, this could result in something like acid reflux or indigestion. And if the nerves that serve your head and neck region are involved, this can result in something like migraine headaches or vertigo.